doing a wee study on angels. What are angels? How does the Bible describe angels? And, the nature and the origin, the roles and purposes, and the characteristics of an angel. So angels are spiritual beings, and they're described in, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam as messengers or intermediaries between God and humanity. Angels were created by God before the world or simultaneously, depending on what people believe. It says in Genesis 2 verse 1, so the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was complete. So for the heavens and the earth to be complete, then the angels had to be already created by that stage. So angels were generally considered pure. They possessed a greater power than humans, though they weren't humans. They are depicted in corporeal spirits, sort of like, in the spirit world, the spirit realm, but they become, take humanoid form when they're appearing to people, and sometimes with wings. So what does the Bible say? How do they describe angels? It describes them as powerful, personal, created beings who served God. They act as messengers and sometimes protect humans. They are not to be worshipped. They were created before the earth. Angels have intelligence, emotions, and will. They have a vast but limited knowledge compared to God. While appearing in physical form, they mostly exist in a spiritual realm, and they are subject to Jesus and God. They have will, because for Satan to rebel and for angels to rebel, they have to have will, because if you didn't have will, you wouldn't do that. So they had to have will. Their nature and origin: they are spiritual beings, created before the earth, and vast numbers. So they were not physical in the way humans were. Angels were created. They didn't reproduce. God created them. They are not immortal in the same way God is. God is the beginning and the end. God always was. Angels were created. They weren't always there. And like we said, were created before the earth. And they had to be created for the heavens and earth to be complete. But also, whenever Satan rebelled, he was cast out from heaven. Him and his angels were cast out from heaven to the earth. So the earth had to be there. And, there's stories in the Bible where they indicate an uncountable number of angels. So the role and purpose was messenger. The word angel itself means messenger. In both the Greek, I put the Greek word up there, and the Hebrew word, which I put up there. I'm not going to attempt to say them. And angels delivered messages from God to people. They were servants of God. Angels served God and are subject to Jesus and God. Their role was for protection. God sent angels to protect his people. And you can read about that in Psalm 91. And they worship God. The seraphim is primarily focused on worshipping and praising God's holiness. The characteristics of an angel is powerful, more powerful than humans, less powerful than God. Intelligence and emotional, they display intelligence, emotions and will, as we talked about. They have limited knowledge, more knowledge than humans, less knowledge than God, and they are not to be worshipped. Worship belongs only to God. Their interaction with humans is a divine purpose. God allows humans to see angels when it serves his purpose, when he has something that he needs to tell you.